Morning Cubers, welcome back to my channel. And today what we are gonna learn is full PLL, and the long format is permutating last layer, that is positioning the corners and the edges after you have solved this whole yellow side in just one algorithm. And this full PLL set is of 21 algorithms of different PLLs. So in this tutorial I'll be showing you all of these and how to easily learn them with finger tricks. So let's get started. So the first PLL we are gonna learn is APerm. That is, we have all the centers edges matched. So we have this and this matched, and we have this corners to solve. So we have this block here and these two edges are solved. So the swapping is between these three corners, 1, 2 and 3. And we also have headlights at the behind. So in this algorithm, the headlights come towards the side and this one goes farther behind. So let's get started with the algorithm. So the alg is as follows: r prime f r prime b2 r f prime r prime b2 r2. So this was an easiest of all algs, and I'll show you how to make it more easier. So how do you do it is, you have this bar right here, you take this out, then you do these twice, so you get this dot here, then you restore this back here, and you then do r d2 back 2, then to restore these two, and then r2. So you do this arc. So in fast it is like this. Next, and the finger tricks are very easy. You hold the cube in this manner, and the F1s with this and the D1s with the tiny and index fingers. So like D2 you do with D2. So you go like, how should I show this? Okay, so you go like D2, understand? Next, okay, so the next we have is UBperm. So in this one, everything is same, just the headlights at the right and the farther corners come toward the front. So it is as follows: R2 back to RF, R prime back to RF prime, and then R. So how to learn this is, you do R2 and then back to take this here, you get L and then P, and then you do R, and then you do you do F. So you push this out, then again restore this one here, and then restore this one here, and then up. So you do this F. So in faster it's like this. And finger tricks are again the back two with these two fingers, the tiny finger and the index finger, and R slice as it is with the wrist, and the U2 with the middle finger and the index finger. So okay, the next PLL I'm gonna show you is UAperm. In this, all the corners are solved, and the center edge goes towards the right, and the right edge goes towards the left, and the left one comes again in the front. So it's a cycle of these three, 1, 2 and 3, and the behind one is completely solved face. And in this PLL algorithm you will need some few more new finger tricks. These can be easily available in my finger tricks video, so it will be right at the top here, and go check that out even. So these finger tricks are like the index finger and the middle finger. So you do the middle two layers with the, if you have to do with once, so you do with index finger, ring finger, and then when you have to do twice, so you use index finger and then middle finger, so you do twice. Okay, so you can see it like this. So M2. So let's get started with this alg. So it's M2 U. So U I will be doing with this because this index finger is busy in gripping the cube. So U, then M, U2, M prime, U, and then M2. Okay, so I'll show you all the finger tricks. So U with this one, and then faster it goes like this. So the next one is UB perm. In this one the center goes towards the left instead of right, and the left one goes towards the right and right one comes in the front, and behind one is solved. So in this alg, the same finger tricks, the M2 with these two fingers, and then U upper layer with index finger of the top. And in this one, what differentiation is this A and B? So you have like, if front one goes to the right you have UA, and if front one goes to the left you have UB. So as follows, if you have to take center one to the left, so you push the upper layer from the left throughout the algorithm, and if you have to put the center one to the right, you push the upper layer from right towards the left. So let's get started with this algorithm. So you do as M2, U prime, M, U2, M prime, U prime, M2. Okay, and faster. Next we have the H perm. In this, the center one goes behind and the right goes to the left, so these two exchange and these two exchange, so we have like cross exchange. So how do you do is, this is very simple, all are M's and 2 U's. So like M2 U prime, or you can do U even. If you like U, then you can do it throughout the alg U only. So I like U prime, so I do U prime only throughout the alg. So U prime, M2, U2, M2, U prime, M2. That also was very easy. I don't think you have any need to learn this more easily. So faster one. Okay. Next we have the Z perm, guys. In Z perm, what happens is the front two edges, actually when we hold it, so it becomes the front and the right one, these two get exchanged and the behind two gets exchanged. So it's like these two and these two, so it forms a Z. I don't know why, how it forms a Z. So let's get started with the alg. So it's like M, U, M2, U, M2, U, M prime, U2, M2, and then AUF. So this alg quite a tricky one to learn, but it is like you just concentrate on the white part, because I'm just a white cross solver, so I'm just gonna tell you with white. So when you do M prime, then U, so you put this at the side, then you do M2, so this one goes behind, and you do again U prime to exchange it, the green one with the blue one, then you do again M2, and then you put the green one over here, then you again do M prime, and then you just do U2 to match this as they were opposite, and then you do M2. The whole alg is complete. And yeah guys, good news for you, we are almost 1/3 of the way we have to go. So next one we have the T perm. I have also showed the T perm in many of my previous tutorials. So it goes as sexy at the start, that is RU R prime U prime, then R prime F, then R2 U prime R prime U prime, RU R prime F prime. Then to remember it guys, you just take this pair out with sexy, then you do half sledge, then you do R2 to match this, then you do U prime then R prime to match this, then you do U prime and then R to match this, and then you do U and R prime, and then you do F prime. Okay, so this was a very easy one. In the T perm, what you do is just exchange these two corners and these two edges at the opposite side. So in the fast it goes like this, and these two are pretty easy. And I just want to mention that in TPUM all the finger tricks are okay. Just at the last you do with this thumb, or you could even do like this with the index finger or with the thumb. So F primes are quite easy. Now next what do we do is FPUM, which is quite a derivation of the TPUM. So in the FPUM, I'll just show you guys. So FPUM you have like this. So these two corners are exchanging, and instead of these two edges are exchanging. So we do just a bit of more moves for the TPUM to just do the FPUM. So you do R prime, U prime and F prime. Then you just do the TPUM, that is R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U. Then instead of F prime you do R prime, now instead of doing F prime you do U and then R. So the FPUM is quite easy. Now remembering it, you just remember this, then you do the TPUM, and then at last just the two movements. Okay, so the next we have is JA-PUM, in which how you recognize this is as you have this big block, these one side is solid and these two, and you have these two blocks exchanging each other, so these two edges and these two corners. So how do you do this? You hold the cube like this, left hand at the bottom and right in the front. So you do R2 D prime, R D prime, R F2, R wide prime F, R wide F2, and the finger tricks are quite easy. So you do R2 F, then R, then you do D prime with the thumb, then you do R F2, then you do R wide, then U, and all the finger tricks are easy. So let's get to the next one. Next we have the B-PUM, in which the block is the same, and instead of front we have this joint part in behind. These two and these two blocks are exchanging each other, such that these two edges are exchanging these two corners. So that's pretty easy, half sexy, that is RU R prime, then F prime, then RU R prime U prime, R prime F, R2 U prime, R prime U prime. So how do you learn it easily is like you just remove this pair, then you watch these two like go up here, then again get inserted, and then insert this pair right here. So done, you are done with the JB-PUM, and fast, it's quite a fast dude. I can just like get sub 1 in this. Next we have the RA-PUM, which is as follows. In RA-PUM you have these two corners exchanging and the behind two edges swapping between each other, and you have highlights at the left and a small bar in the front, and this edge is even solved. So how do you solve this is R U prime R prime U prime, R U R D R prime U prime, R D prime R prime U2 R prime U prime. And now the finger tricks are like this one is quite simple, then D with the index finger, then U prime, then again D with this left index finger, so like this, push behind, and then U2 and R. So fast, it goes like this. Next we have the RB-PUM. The RB-PUM are just the mirror case of this. So in this, instead of the behind ones, the front two edges are swapping and the corners are this side, these two corners swapping. So how we'll do is hold the headlights in the front and the bars at the left, small bar, and how we do is R prime U2 R U2 R prime F, then sexy, then R prime, F prime, R2, U prime. So finger tricks are quite easy. So like this you do easily, the F with the index finger, then sexy as it is, and then this time F prime with the this finger, and make sure that you hold the index finger, sorry, ring finger here guys, so that this middle layer doesn't come with the front layer. And then R2. If you are getting a bit uncomfortable here, you can just rig it once and that will do the thing. And how to remember it guys, so you just take this pair out twice and then again put it at the behind, and then just break this pair like this, and then again you join it like this, and then it goes together. Next we have is the Y perm, which is kind of hard to recognize from one face, so I'll just show you. So it's somewhat like this. So this corner goes far behind, so the alternate corners are swapping and these two edges are swapping. So we have like this here, which I don't know why, how it forms a Y. So we have like kite exchange, like a cross, you know. So how do we do is F prime with the thumb, then R U prime R prime U prime, then R U R prime F prime, and then you do sexy, and then you do sledgehammer. So how to learn this is you take this out pair and then insert it here, and don't forget to do the U prime, and then again put the pair here, and then F prime again, and then you do sexy and then sludge. That's easy to remember and good with finger tricks even. Next we have is called the most irritating perms, that are G perms, and further even are more irritating. So I'll just show you the GA perm now. And yeah, good news for you guys, we are halfway through the tutorial, and now the GA perm is somewhat like this. So like you see, nothing is solved in the whole cube and quite a bit tension, but it's easy. So you have a bar in the front and two headlights at the left, and in this one what happens is these three are like A perms and these are like U perms, so they take place together. So how do you do is R2 U prime R U R prime U prime R U prime R2, then U prime and D at the same time simultaneously, and then R U R prime, then D prime. So how to remember this hard algorithm? So what you do is do R2 and then U prime, that's easy to remember, and then you just break this part, and then this part, what do you do is you put this here and complete this, and then you do R2, and then you have a pseudo pair like this one, and then keyhole. I'll put a tutorial on keyhole even. So you take this D behind, and then you put these two in like this and solve these. Okay, so next we have is the GB perm, which is exactly what happens when you do the GA perm to a solid cube. So as we have the result here, in this we have a bar, and instead of the headlights at the left we have that at the behind. And one thing I would like to mention is in GA and B the bar is at the right, and in C and D the bar is at the left, and there's the swapping in BA and CD, that the headlights are behind or at the sides. So how do you do the GB perm is R prime U prime R, then U and D simultaneously, then R2 then U prime with the index finger, then R U prime, then R prime R U prime R2 D prime, sorry D. So again I'll show you a easier way to learn is you take this pair out, then you do these two, then you just do R2, then what you do is you just scramble and solve this block again. So you just do it like this and you get a solid bar here, and then you do this, so you have just the D part left. Next we have the GC and GD perms. In GC perm, what will you see is the bar is now at the left, as I told you before, and the headlights are at the right. So in G perms everything is common, like the U perms and the A perms are mixed. So you just mirror this to the left, the GA perm alg. So you do like this, L2 U prime L U prime L U L prime U L2, then U and D together, and then L U prime L prime, and then just solve these two like this. So how to remember this? Just as the GA perm, I'll just not show this and make the tutorial longer. Next we have the GD perm. This arcs quite different one. It has a wide U rotation, so I'll just show you what happens in the GD perm is the blocks at the left and the headlights at the behind. So how do you do this? R U R prime, that's half 6E, then F2, then you do D prime, then you do L U prime L prime U L prime wide U, and then you do L2, so you get this, and then you AF. So how to remember this one? So you do half 6E, and then you do so F2 to take this here like this, and then you do D prime to push this behind, and then you just break this up, replace this with this, and then replace this with this, and you have a lock form, and then you do this. Okay, so we have just 4 arcs left to the end of this tutorial, guys, and which are the longest of all. We have the NA perm, which is the longest occupying alg of this whole tutorial. So in this you get these two and these two solved, or if you do like this, like this, then you get these two and these two. But no matter how, you have blocks all over, like double time JA perm. So what you wanna do is hold it like anywhere, just these two should be at the right. You must understand this concept. In NA you have the blocks at the right, anyhow you turn it, and when you have NB you have blocks at the left. I'll show that later. So how do you do this alg is half sewn, that is R U R prime U, then you do the JA perm, that is R and so on, and then at last you do U prime R U prime R prime, and then just AUF anyhow. So I'll just show you once again. You do the half sewn, put this pair at the behind, then you do the JA perm, and then you do U prime and just insert that pair in. So this alg was quite long one. Next we have the NB perm, and as I mentioned, all the blocks are always on the left. So left left left, anyhow you see the blocks appear on the left, so anyhow you grip it. And this algs are quite, no, not so quite, just a bit longer. So it's like anti-sewn, that is you do it from the behind. So you do r prime with this pair. Okay, with this pair you just remember this antecedent, r prime u prime r u prime, and that's it. Now you do the j a perm, and sorry to tell you guys, instead of j a perm b perm, I told you j a perm in n a perm, so that's a bit confusing, so just remember that. And now you do the j a perm, that is like this, as I've showed earlier in the tutorial. And then at last you do u r prime u r. Again you do half antecedent, and then you do j a perm, and then you just put this pair back in. Now only two and the most difficult ones with very advanced finger tricks and so on. Wait a minute, why this, why I made this tutorial, you know, to make you easy, to make it easy for you to learn all the algs. So why are you waiting? Let's get started with the V perm. V R blah blah blah. So in the V perm we have these alternate corners exchanging and these two edges exchanging, and we have a block at the behind and this one solved. So how do you hold this? Like this in the front, and I'm just gonna first tell you the alg, then the finger tricks, and then how to make it easy. So how do we do is R and U prime, then R U R prime D R D prime R U prime and D at the same time, then R2 U R2 D prime and R2. Now the finger tricks. So first like one and solves, you do R and U prime with this hand until the time from here to you here regrip here, then you do R U R prime and then D. Then what do you do is hold the cube like this, and now R and then D prime with this index finger, then R, and you hold this like this only, and then you do these two similar simultaneously with the index finger and the ring finger, and then you do R twice and U with like this finger trick, you know, you hold this and with the wrist you turn whole of the U layer like this with 3 fingers, and then you do again R2 and then D prime with this index finger, and then R2. This is the AUF, and then just the AUF. And now how to remember it, just this quite easy, and then you do is you wanna mind this part, so you just make this block, then the V is formed, then from the V this side you one of these colors are the same, then you do this and do R2 to make this block complete, and then solve the whole thing. Next and the last one, we have the E perm, which is quite a squeezy one and a pretty difficult one with the finger tricks and all. And so how I'll show you how to recognize the E perm. You have all of the edges solved, or if you have just not AUF properly, you think that opposite corners are solved and nothing else is solved. So you just align the centers with everything and see that you have these two and these two corners swapping. So you find the green here and blue here, the opposite colors here, opposite colors here, opposite colors here, opposite colors here. So how do you do this alg is like, you know, it's pretty difficult. Even my camera is like having some unconsciousness with this difficult algorithm. So how do you do this is it's R U prime R prime D, then R U R prime D prime, then R U R prime D, and then R U prime R prime D prime. So this was the toughest alg, and we are throughout the tutorial. I'll just show you how to make this easier with finger tricks, and just in this tutorial not take a lot of time. So you do all the U's and D's with this, and all the turning with this, and just U prime when you use when you are like this, you do with these fingers. So you do it like this, then D with this, and then D prime with this again, and then D again with this, and then D prime with this again. So thank you guys for watching the whole tutorial. Please like, subscribe, share this video to your friends, even those who want to get better at solving, and thank you.